Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing a super fun Stormy bloom using 7 different colors including black. Right now I'm doing a consistency check. I'm putting a dab of each color that I'll be using out on a piece of paper. Parchment paper is what I use, and then tip it up for 5 seconds once I got them all across there, and then measure the length. Eyeball it, you don't need to measure it. But if I usually hold it up for 5 seconds, the drips to be the consistency I like will be about 1.75 inches, 1.5 inches. So I just want to get them, make sure that they're all close. So I'm using a variety of different types of paints, metallics, ready to pours, etc. So I'm just doing this just to make sure. If you're using a nice canvas like this and expensive paint, it's one last thing to check. Make sure you're doing it right. Okay, so there's my board. Sorry it's off screen a bit there, but they were all pretty close enough for me to rock and roll with. So I got my canvas background color on there. It's just a cheaper black latex paint. I'll be using some Flood Petrol, which is a wood conditioner, in the colors today. As you'll see here, I'm going to be adding about 2, maybe 3 very small drops in each color. I got a, it's like a paintbrush with a rubber tip on it. And that's what I just dip in there and let a couple drops drip off. You got to remember, after you do this, make sure you stir every one really good. So otherwise it'll glob up on you, or you'll have some artifacts in the paint. So after you got it all mixed up real good, now this black I'm using is actually a Deco Art satin enamel. So I'm just gonna go on a kind of an organized randomness. There's my satin enamel. That's just mixed. All my paints are mixed roughly 1 part paint to 2.5 parts Floetrol with a dash of water, just to get them all even, the same consistency. So I'm not necessarily mimicking each color. I'm just kind of doing it random, doodling around, just layering them up on top of each other. I'll have a little layering effect, 3-dimension effect, hopefully. So I have the darker purple. Here's some magenta. Here's some lake blue. It's Master's Touch. I've got just a wide range of stuff. It's kind of some leftover paint that I had and just mixed up a couple other colors. A couple varieties of purple. Try to get some stormy action. Here's a little lighter purple. you can achieve mixing all these colors up yourself using black, white, red, and blue. That lake blue might have a drop of green in it. I'm doing some satin enamel white. Remember, these have the Floetrol, Petrol, excuse me. And here I'm throwing in a little gold. I guess that's going to be the lightning. I zoomed in a little bit here. I put extra black around the edges of the color, and I'm getting rid of some of the excess air bubbles with the torch. And it's time to break out the hair dryer. Okay, so I put a Burma paint around the color, the black, and now I'm going to blow the black over the paint a bit, kind of get them mixed up, and then go ahead and blow out my pattern. I'm doing that because I'm using different types of paint, different densities, and that kind of mixes them up, and then that'll give you more reaction and cool effects. So I'm going to go ahead and blow this out all the way, get my pattern how I like it. We'll listen to some tunes and I'll get back to you on the other side. Alright, so my paint didn't want to stretch too bad, so I'm throwing a little extra black along the side here, see if I can't get it moving. I'm not going for any big sections of negative space, so I'm going to try to get the colors to run off the edge. There will be negative space sporadically throughout the canvas, the composition, but not just big sections. Hopefully. So I'm going to do a little embellishing here. This is my little paintbrush with the rubber tip. I'm not sure what you call them, but that's what I call them. So I'm just going to add some lines, work some colors together, break some things up, put some things together. Just make it a little more interesting. Add a couple whoop-de-doos here or there, or anything that you want to do. But just to give it a little more dimension. So let's zoom in here and see what it looks like up close. See a couple of little swirly things I added. But it's a nice color combination. I like it. It does look stormy. I hope you like it. Had fun doing it. I like the gold. Got a little shimmer in there. Leave comments or questions if you have any. And please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Okay, and here is the finished version. I want to thank the Surf Zombies for providing our background music as always. Really appreciate it. You gotta check them out sometime. I want to thank you again for checking out my video, and we will see you next week.